各位，当一位传奇黑客，也是深未来风投的创始人霍尔曼谈到中国的时候，他给出的第一反应并不是技术的本身，而是一种对比感。一个高度工程化、执行速度惊人的国家，和一个人在用律师思维治理国家之间的对比。这并不是价值的判断，而是一条观察当下科技竞争的结构入口。在他的叙述中，中国给人最直接的冲击来自两点：效率与规模。无论是基础建设、产业部署，还是政策落地，工程思维让中国在许多领域呈现出一种排列整齐、快速扩张的节奏。霍尔曼坦言自己对中国既印象深刻又有些害怕，不是因为意识形态，而是因为这种系统的能力在科技时代的作用远比外界想象的大。而这也引出了他最重要的一点：美国缺少对工程文化的尊重。核心批评由此浮现：一个擅长规划与执行的大型工程国家，如何与一个擅长创新、叛逆与突破的体系形成竞争呢？而这两种文化在关键科技时代是否出现了错位？霍尔曼的观察并不复杂，却很有意义。他认为，美国过去几十年里面过度依赖法律、程序与竞选的政治，而忽视了建设想要未来所需要的算术、结构与工程的逻辑。素材轻，但方向清晰。在半导体、能源、AI、大模型基础建设上，美国正在被迫重新学习建设的能力。对比之下，中国在实施和规模化上面的速度，已经形成了现实的压力。这一段对话最值得注意的地方在于，霍尔曼并非简单的称赞或者批评，他明确指出，中国缺乏对黑客心态的尊重，对叛逆、创造、非线性思考者的容忍度较低，这会限制长期的创新。他认为中国是想要等美国想明白了，然后再更快更好的实施。这同时也是优势，也有可能是隐患。这两种体系都在寻找各自的平衡点，而科技竞争让这种平衡变得更迫切。因此这一期内容的价值不是讨论谁更强，而是理解霍尔曼提出的结构提醒。在新时代的科技竞赛里面，执行力和创造力都不能缺位，一个缺工程，一个缺叛逆，两者都无法单独赢得未来。接下来我们将从他的视觉进入这一条结构线，让我们来看一下视频。
I lived in China for a period of time. I went to 2 universities there, studied Chinese, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Spend about, oddly enough, right now, 20% of my time probably speaking Chinese, resurrecting my Chinese right now.
Wow.
And that's actually an exaggeration, but it's like 10 to 20% probably. And I have been so simultaneously impressed and terrified by China on so many different levels.
You and me both.
And there was a book Tyler Cowen recommended, great, amazing guy, everybody should check out. There's a book called Breakneck, and I haven't yet read it, but one of my employees is reading it and recommended it. He said it's an amazing page turner, really well researched. And the reason I mention it is that in that book, they describe some of the differences in government planning and efficiency based on the fact that a lot of leaders in the US have backgrounds as attorneys, whereas a lot of leaders in China have backgrounds as engineers. And I have been chewing on that. I just learned about this yesterday, but I'm wondering what impresses you about China, because they really seem to have their act together. The homogeneity, relatively speaking, of the country helps.
Yeah.
The speed with which the CCP can execute top down helps tremendously.
Yeah.
But anything else come to mind?
Yeah. So look, I could learn a lot about China from you. I've been there some, but probably not as much. I don't speak the language. My way of learning was to start sleeping with a Chinese woman. So I've been doing that for 5 years.
Sounds more fun than memorizing characters, frankly.
It's helped a ton. I really opened up my eyes to China. So yeah, my fiance is Chinese, but been in America long enough that she'll put up with me. And I think insight from that book, I haven't read Breakneck yet. It's a relatively new book. I am also just kind of a spectator on what's happening in China.
But you have a unique multidisciplinary technical lens that
So
includes
what I
deep tech.
can tell you, I think there's a couple of major factors, and the insight about the preponderance of lawyers, I think, is huge and really important. So I'm excited about reading that book. The reason we invented LLMs is to put lawyers out of business so we can fix this country. And I think that's going to work. So if you are a parent right now, don't send your kid to school to become a lawyer, because we're going to replace all the lawyers with AI. I think where this goes, I'm optimistic. And I know I'm taking an aside here, but I'm only half joking about that. Now,
I use LLMs on a weekly basis for legal first passes already.
for lawsuits, good.
No, not for all my lawsuits.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I'll give you an example. I mean, this will be no surprise to you, but with just off-the-shelf, basic ChatGPT or fill in the blank for your favorite LLM, I was selling a property in rural New York, and it was taking kind of forever to get done. There were a lot of arcane local laws and so on, and I wanted to protect the land from overdevelopment. So I wanted to create deed restrictions. I wanted to create deed restrictions, which are very tricky, make the sale complicated because it's encumbered in a way, the resale value is reduced, blah, 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 blah. But I just threw in like, this county, this is what I'm trying to do. This is the contract that I need to add to.
Wow.
Like, draft me some basic language. And it drafted the language, explained exactly why it drafted that way. When it was eventually reviewed by a lawyer to do the finishing touches on it, maybe 2 or 3 words were changed.
Yeah.
And then it was copy and pasted right in.
That's a great example of what's happening. Obviously, a lot less lawyers were needed to get that job done.
Yep.
When Congress passes a bill, no congressman has ever read it.
Yep.
Collectively, all the congressmen have not read it. And so what the future we're getting to here is one where, if you're running a business, we build a computational model of your business now. Not an LLM, but still an AI, where you can run simulations of your business and you can figure out how to optimize your business. That's all happening right now. If you're in business and not doing this, be terrified, because by next year, your competitors will be doing this. So I take heart, because what I think is it means 100 years from now, governments will do that too.
So if you haven't seen this, it didn't get as much airtime as I would have expected, but Abu Dhabi is implementing that right now.
That's right.
For legislation.
It's unbelievable.
And it seems like there were a lot of people who poked fun at it, or I saw a lot of people who were like, this is nonsense. As someone who has spent some time in Abu Dhabi with the people who are implementing this stuff, what they already have is science fiction.
That's right.
It's remarkable what they're already doing.
These are tools to help humans make better decisions. Now, an LLM is the wrong tool for lots of kinds of decisions, but AI overall can be applied to help make better decisions, and that is where we're going. And so when governments figure this out, and it's great to see that some of these countries are leading the charge, when you see a country like the UAE and you see what good leadership can do, it's kind of embarrassing. Democracy needs a little maintenance work. And I'm hoping that this class of tools is going to help us level up and fulfill our potential. So that is where that goes. What I think about it is China has done a great job of a lot of things. And it would be great to have like a Netflix series where like every episode shows something amazing from China that sucks in the US. I just think that's the kind of story people need to get in their head, just to see that contrast and realize, like, we're not playing in the major leagues in a lot of things. So we need to step up. And I think there's a lot that's impressive about China. I obviously I'm an Alaskan, which is like a supercharged American. So look, I think that there's a lot of dumb shit going on in China that I can't stand. I don't want to live there, but I think you got to give them credit for the things that they're good at. Now, the thing that's missing here is a respect for that engineering mindset, a respect for, like you described, putting the dominoes in order, a respect for building thoughtfully, a respect for basic arithmetic, a respect for building the future that we want. We need to work on that. China's problem, no respect for me, for the hacker mindset, for the renegade, for the creative person, for the crazy ones. Like, they don't make room for that. And it's hurting their ability to do new things. Now, they're kicking ass by just waiting for us to figure shit out and then implementing it faster and better than us. So we've spent most of our life worried about China copying us. We need to figure out, how are we going to copy China?
Yeah.
And I think that's a wake-up call where we're at right now.
Very curious to see where it all goes.
Yeah, me too.
They're moving at remarkable speed with implementation on so many fronts.
And that's great for humanity. I mean, it really is. I mean, they should get a Nobel Prize for bringing their country out of extreme poverty. We should probably get one for, I don't know, like making global trade possible with our Navy or something. But, there's also a lot of accolades that I think we're not giving to China that we should.